Israel expanding its military campaign against Hamas targets in Gaza this morning. Airstrikes have killed 300 people and have sparked protests across the Middle East. CBS News correspondent Mark Phillips is in Gaza. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Maggie. Well, that in the murky distance behind me is Gaza, where the Israeli airstrikes have been continuing all morning. In fact, the Israeli Minister of Defense said that this was now a war to the bitter end, although it's not quite clear what that means, whether they're out merely to destroy Hamas's military power, the power to launch missiles, or to destroy its very political power as well. What is clear, though, is that the assault is continuing, as has the return fire from Hamas of rockets from within Gaza itself.
The Israeli Air Force has released target site video of its latest strikes, saying they were now aiming for weapons manufacturing and Hamas weapons research facilities. They have also been trying to destroy the network of tunnels that runs in and out of Gaza, through which weapons-making material is allegedly smuggled. But the human casualties continue to literally pile up as a result of this assault. The Palestinians claiming about 340 people have now been killed. Israel says it's targeting military elements of Hamas, but according to UN aid agency, more than 50 civilians have also been killed. Rockets being fired out of Gaza and into southern Israel killed one more Israeli today, according to the mayor of the town of Ashkelon, a frequent target of Hamas rockets. It is the firing of rockets from Gaza which Israel says this campaign is trying to stop.
The goal of the operation is to change realities and give the Israeli civilians the possibility to live a peaceful life and to stop the smuggling of weapons to Gaza Strip.
In fact, there has been a significant drop-off in the number of rockets being fired out of Gaza, but Hamas seems to be using larger, longer-range missiles, which are proving to be just as, if not more, deadly.
Hanging over this conflict is still the threat of an Israeli ground incursion or even invasion into Gaza. They've declared this area around here a military no-go zone. Reserves have been called up, but thus far we have not seen any major formations, which would indicate that any kind of advance is imminent. Maggie?
CBS's Mark Phillips bringing us up to date in Gaza. Mark, thank you. Joining us now from Jerusalem is TZIPI LIVINI, Israel's foreign minister. Ms. LIVINI, good morning to you.
Good morning.
We just heard you say that your objective here is to force Hamas to stop its rocket barrages and to limit its military buildup. But the extent, the intensity of your retaliation has been widely condemned, not only in the Arab world, but across Europe. Are you afraid this could be counterproductive?
This is not retaliation. We are trying to change realities on the ground, and the realities were, until this operation, that Israeli citizens were under daily attacks from Gaza Strip, a place that we left. We took our forces out, we dismantled settlements in order to create a vision of peace. And Hamas took Gaza Strip with all its citizens and abused this in order to target Israel. Now, about your question about the Arab world and so, it is important to understand that the world and this region is being divided between extremists and moderates, and Israel stands together with other parts of the Arab and Muslim world together against extremism, which is being represented by Hamas, by Iran, by Hezbollah. They are not fighting for any legitimate rights of the Palestinians or so. They are just trying to deprive us from our rights. So, in a way, I think that we need to understand that sometimes there are some messages that leaders maybe need to say when they see these pictures on television, especially in the Arab streets. But at the end of the day, I believe that we represent here the interest of the free world and the interest of all these moderates in the region.
Some critics have said that it's self-interest that you're looking after, that you're out for redemption after the 2006 Lebanon war, which instead of decimating Hezbollah as intentioned, empowered them because they remained defiant. Is Israel looking for a bit of redemption here?
Israel is looking to give its citizens decent life, the right to live in peace and quiet in the region like any other citizen in the world. In Lebanon, we needed to attack since we were attacked, an unprovoked attack from Lebanon by Hezbollah these days. And now Israel is under attack from Gaza Strip by Hamas. we have the responsibility to give our citizens the ability to live in peace and quiet, as it is our right to defend ourselves from all these terrorists and extremists. So I wish we can live in a region in which we can all live in peace, but this is not the situation, unfortunately, even though Israel continues
when will you
promote the peace process that was launched in Annapolis. Sorry?
When will you stop? Will you launch a ground war? What is the ultimate objective?
The ultimate objective, as I said before, is to change reality. Right now, for 8 years now, Hamas used Gaza Strip in order to target Israel. And we reached last week a point in which we said that enough is enough. We tried a ceasefire, a truce with Hamas, which they violated on a daily basis. So we tried everything in order to avoid this military operation. We had no other alternative, and Hamas needs to understand that the equation is going to be changed. And then I hope we can stop and live in quiet in this region and give some peace to our citizens.
TZIPI, LIVINI, thank you very much for joining us once again here on the program.
Thank you and good morning.